Konnichiwa and welcome to episode 28 of the Leadership Japan podcast, and I am your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and much more importantly, you are a student of leadership, highly motivated to be the best in your business field. If you would like your own access to 102 years of the accumulated wisdom of Dale Carnegie training through free white papers, guidebooks, reports, training videos, blogs, course information, plus much more, then go to japan.dalecarnegie.com. Today's topic is wasting money training. Now, training companies themselves are probably the most savage critics of training when it is done poorly. There are cases where the training curriculum is flimsy, faddish, or ephemeral. Trainers, too, can be disasters, unskilled, inflexible, or simply incompetent. Those few ruin the prospects for the many. Choosing the right company is one aspect of the process. Flakes should be easy to spot. Poor quality delivery is also equally apparent. The large-scale waste does not usually come in the selection process and delivery. It usually sits within the management process of the company receiving the training. The typical box-ticking process of 1, training was requested, 2, trainers were selected, 3, training was delivered, is far more rampant than it should be. The waste is not just the money outlaid for the training itself, it is also the collective time cost for everyone involved. Was box number 4, the training opportunity was maximized, even there to be ticked. Japan has some interesting challenges around how training is perceived and received. For many Japanese employees, being sent off to training is perceived to be a slight on one's abilities, an assault on one's professionalism, an affront to one's dignity. Now, why would that be the case? The formal training process is not the norm in Japan. The famous OJT, on-the-job training, is the standard for skill improvement. This works well when the role model is worth modeling. In many cases, though, it becomes a permanent continuation of past mistakes, errors, archaic mentalities, and outdated technologies. The linkage between professional management and training is particularly weak in Japan. The usual pre-training brief goes like this. Suzuki, report for training in 2 weeks' time. HR have the details. Post-training, there is no debrief. Zero. Zilch. Nothing. How about the following alternate boss to subordinate pre-training brief, which actually is a total rarity, but let's imagine this was happening. Suzuki, you're doing a great job. You are going to be a future leader in our company, and as your boss, I want to make sure you realize your full potential. To step up, we need to help you get to the next level. I have arranged for you to participate in 2 weeks' time in a specially selected training program which will add to your current skill base. For your future success, there are 3 goals for you to work on with this training. Firstly, work on further mastering concise, clear communication skills. Secondly, Develop even more effective people skills, especially how to build rich internal networks. And 3, last one, develop the confidence required to step out of your comfort zone, to be able to take on more initiative. Even when there is a risk, the initiative may fail. This is critical to enhancing the innovation process for the future of the company. Also, after training, we will get together again and review the progress you've made during the training and some of the follow-up steps to make sure the training sticks and set a new default position with your skill set. We will also explore what the focus should be for the next training for you. What questions do you have for me about the training? Trust me, a room full of dismal faces is not a trainer's preferred start to the day. They are in the classroom. They don't know why they're there. They're giving up valuable time from work. They don't see the value in it. They believe they should be on projects or with clients, but they're going to be stuck in this room listening to someone go blah, blah, blah all day, as exciting as watching paint dry. Now, that's the mental frame that the participants have with them when they come into the room for the training. Now, this is the reality that as a training company we often face in Japan. However, I always reflect to myself, what a tremendous waste of resources, time and money we're looking at here on the part of the client. Okay, we are professionals. We know about adult learning, so we know how to turn them around, how to save the situation. But this is at the last moment, and this is a far from ideal approach. So, how is it down at your shop? Are your OJT, on-the-job expert managers, sending the troops off to training with a spring in their step? Or instead, because they think they're being punished, with a big scowl on their faces? Simply calculate the amount of training completed over the last 5 years, include the cost of personnel being in training, and terrify yourself when you consider the next 5 years coming up. It doesn't have to be a waste. It can be a tremendous accelerator for the company. The people have the ability to be trained. The training company has the ability to deliver the training. The setup is the responsibility of the client. What happens after the training is the responsibility of the client. How is the training integrated into daily work? How is the training followed up? How is the training populated beyond the people who just attended the training? This is a role for the people overviewing the training in the company, which they can easily do. All they have to do is think about these issues and have a plan in place to do that. So, stop wasting money training. Get your managers organised and set up for success rather than failure with your training efforts in your organisation. It is not difficult. It takes a little bit of thought, a little bit of planning, a little bit of effort, a little bit of continuity, and you will get great rewards. Good luck! Let's get it right. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan podcast. Remember, to access your Dalkani training free white papers, guidebooks, training videos, blogs, course information, plus, then go to japan.dalecarnegie.com.